The amount of play in the magnet slide should be minimized while still allowing easy movement along the tube. To determine the proper amount of play, you should be able to rock the magnet slide manually. If too much movement is observed, then the slide bearings should be changed. It is a good idea to change all 4 bearings instead of just one. This minimizes overall vehicle downtime. To change a slide bearing, begin by removing the retaining bolt. The shims are removed with needle nose pliers, and the slide bearing is then pulled out. Next, the new slide bearing is installed. Finally, shims are installed to cut out excessive play. The bridge tube should be cleaned and kept free of dirt and debris. After cleaning, the tube can be sprayed with 100% dry silicone spray. No petroleum products should touch the UHMW slide bearings. Read the ingredients on the can's label before spraying the bridge. Many so-called silicone sprays contain petroleum. Petroleum will make the UHMW sticky, and the slide bearings will have to be replaced. Attached to the magnet slide is the yoke that houses the magnet. The yoke should be checked for structural integrity. The yoke has a detent ring, which keeps the yoke aligned after it has been rotated 180 degrees. The detent ring should be replaced as needed. The magnet provides attachment to the forklift batteries so they can be moved in the exchange process. The magnet requires very little maintenance. The face of the magnet can be cleaned with any household cleaner such as 409. If needed, a fine grit sandpaper can be used to remove any debris sticking to the face of the magnet. The magnet cable runs from the bridge, through the slide, through the yoke, and connects to the junction box on the back of the magnet. This cable should be checked and replaced as needed. The magnet is held in the yoke by a half-moon bracket, which bolts to a half-moon section of the yoke, forming a circular enclosure. This enclosure houses the magnet stud. A bronze bearing is fitted on the magnet stud. This should be checked and replaced as needed. The magnet springs and spacers keep the magnet properly aligned. They are changed by removing the magnet spring bracket from the rear of the magnet. The magnet is turned on when it makes contact with the face of a battery. A UHMW switch pin is depressed and a microswitch is activated. If either the pin or the switch fail, they need to be replaced. Remove the magnet spring bracket from the rear of the magnet yoke. Then replace the components that require service. The lift system is located on the upper frame. It consists of 4 double-action cylinders hydraulically plumbed together in parallel. They are plumbed in parallel so they will all lift and lower at the same time. The cylinders carry the weight of the load. The cylinder rams should be dry at all times. The rams should be inspected visually. If a cylinder is leaking, the ram will be wet with hydraulic oil. The bad cylinder should be replaced. The equalization system keeps the roller bed level at all times. The system consists of 2 shafts running through the roller bed. At the end of each shaft, a pinion is secured on the shaft keyway by a set screw. A shoe bearing is located on the shaft behind the pinion. The pinions and shoe bearings ride in the lift channels, which are located at the 4 corners of the lower frame. The lift channels are fitted with gear rack. The rack and pinions provide precision equalization, while the shoe bearings keep the rack and pinions properly aligned. The rack and the lift channels should be lightly greased with a multi-purpose grease when scheduled maintenance is performed. Failure to grease the racks on a regular basis may result in their premature wear. In addition, the lift channels and the gear rack in the lift channels should have their fasteners checked for tightness. The roller bed supports the batteries during battery changes. The bed is lined with rollers that allow the batteries to travel easily from storage stands to forklifts. The rollers should be visually examined and changed if damaged. The outside rollers are fitted with roller brakes to prevent batteries from rolling during vehicle movement. To check a roller brake, try to turn a roller manually. It should move, but with great difficulty. If the roller moves easily, the brake needs to be adjusted or replaced. The power end of the vehicle contains the main power pack, the drive unit, the battery, the control linkage, and a spool valve. The power pack contains a DC electric motor, pump, reservoir, and the system pressure relief manifold. Also included are the contactor coil, circuit breaker, fuses, wiring harnesses, and cables. Electrical and hydraulic schematics can be found in your parts and service manual. The DC motor is coupled with a pump that is within the reservoir. The pump is fitted with a pipe nipple and a fluid strainer. The DC motor has a removable brush cover that allows the brushes to be removed for inspection. The brushes should be checked for wear. If the brushes are less than 1/2 inch in length, they should be changed immediately. The reservoir has a visual oil level indicator. The oil level should be kept at the upper red line of the indicator. The hydraulic fluid is checked when the vehicle is fully lowered. If the fluid level is adjusted when the vehicle is in a raised position, then excess oil may be forced out of the reservoir breather as the unit lowers. The system pressure relief manifold regulates the entire system hydraulic pressure. The manifold is set at the factory and should not be adjusted without first consulting the factory. Failure to consult the factory before making adjustments may damage your vehicle and void the warranty.